good category to be in.
Were you at all surprised at the job that Doug Pederson did as a play caller this year, and just kind of talk about, how you thought he did, winning a Super Bowl this year too?
Yeah, no, I thought he did phenomenal. I watched all of his games throughout the year, and he and I talked throughout the year, and I was proud of him. Proud of him for winning the World Championship. What a great tribute to he and his staff and those players, and then for the city of Philadelphia, man, that's a great thing. So. Well, possibly. So New England's been doing that for a few years. We've always kind of been up in that category. I mean, you look at these stats, and we've been up a little bit in that category in Kansas City, and Doug did it again this year, and so it can be a positive thing. You got to evaluate where you're at and what's going on in the game to do it. But I'll tell you, that was one heck of a call he put on. Yeah. I would probably guess he would be. Yeah. No, we look at that. We've got Mike Frazier that gets into that and presents us with certain things, and listen, that's kind of part of the new wave of football here over the last 5-6 years, and I mean, you look at that now.
Well, you're seeing more run pass option stuff coming into the game. You do it. You did it with Smith. Yeah. Creative. You see as trying to get these younger quarterbacks on the field sooner. We may see a little more of a tilt that way.
Yeah. So I think the one great thing about college football today is that these kids are throwing the ball.
Right.
So it used to be that you're getting kids that weren't throwing the ball. And we complained about that as coaches, and heck, now they're throwing, and we're still complaining. I'm going, hey, bring it on. Let's go. I mean, we can throw the ball. I really don't care. As long as you're throwing it to our guy, I'm good. And let's go. Let's roll it out. We'll fit it into kind of what you do, and then we'll teach you some of the stuff that we want to teach you to build your resume there. And so we kind of go about it that route. Yeah.
Hey, Andy, some people have suggested that Lamar Jackson play receiver in the NFL. What's your take on? Is he definitely a quarterback prospect in your mind?
Yeah, I think you probably want to try it there. And see, he's pretty good. I would. I'd give that a whirl. I can handle that. Yeah.
I mean, but just a suggestion that he switched position. I mean, is that just absurd?
I'm not much on that. I want to bring him in and let's exhaust that other thing that we know he's good at and see. And I'm just saying in general. This is a general statement. Let's get him in and let him wing it a little bit and see how he does, and we'll be able to fit some things in there, I'm sure.
Coach, what does the Patrick Mahomes version of the Kansas City offense look like? Changes, what might be different?
Yeah, well, Patrick comes from the system there at Tech, and they do a great job offensively there of throwing the football, and we've incorporated a little bit of that stuff because Alex had done a little bit of that in college too, so we went back and we pulled some of that out for Alex, and once he had a chance to get in the offense for that Denver game, we kind of did the same thing there, and then we'll just see how everything rolls down the road here. Man, I'm glad he's back. He's good for the game, and whether he's doing that, very seldom do you find somebody that's been great at two things, the magnitude of being that Monday night and then that being a head football coach in the NFL. Not a lot of people can put that again on their resume. So, but I think he's good for the game. I'm glad he's coaching. He's passionate about it. He and I are good friends, so we've stayed in touch over the years, and I'm glad he's back. Brings great competition. Can't wait to play the Raiders and him and see what he's got in store. Man, it's exciting.
Any additional clarification or decisions coming up before his contract?
Yeah, nothing yet. No.
But you feel like he's going to check out physically?
Yeah, I think he's making good progress physically, which is a real plus. Yeah, he's worked extremely hard, and to get himself back, and he looks good right now.
And what do you think Chili can help Matt in Chicago?
Yeah, so Brad Childers, for you guys that didn't know, is going back. He's back in Chicago with Nags, as a consultant type role, a little similar to what we did with Tommy Brazier, and I think that's great for Matt. It gives him one more voice on the offensive side that kind of speaks the same language he does. The other coaches are new to it, and so if Matt's got to go talk to the media, Brad can be in there and just kind of keep the conversation rolling on the installs for the coaching staff, and that's priceless. So, and I think it's good for Brad. Brad was easing down. I told him I thought he might last like 2 weeks. Retired, it was like 3 days. So.
Andy, what will distinguish?
Yeah, no, I wasn't surprised by it. No.
What will distinguish Nagy as a head coach in your mind?
Yeah, well, let's see how it goes. But I'm not much on the crystal ball theory. But I would tell you.
You know his traits.
Yeah, so I'd tell you what I mentioned earlier here. Just that he's going to bring a certain toughness to the group. He's a very intelligent guy, great people guy, which is a big part of the job. I mean, you got to have a connection with the players, and he's got that. And we'll have that. They'll trust what he's doing. He's not going to ask him, to do acrobatics or anything. So he's going to ask him to get better at playing football, and guys buy into that. And he'll keep it that simple for him, and the guys will they'll perform. He's got a good coaching staff. The fact that they were able to keep Fazio on the defensive side, I think, is a big thing for him. And it'll be, I think they've got a good, solid staff there. So.
Couple more guys.
Coach, how is Eric Bieniemy adjusting to his new responsibility?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. So Eric Bieniemy is our new offensive coordinator, and again, Eric played for me in Philadelphia for a year. I happened to, he cheated. He was at Colorado on that 5th down play. I was at the University of Missouri, so I don't hold that against him too much. But he, he'll do a fine job in there. He's got great knowledge of the passing game and the running game. He's got great ideas, phenomenal leader, and someday he'll be standing right here talking to you guys as a head coach.
Andy, how much more valuable are running backs become with the draft process when they go out in the backfield and become a receiving threat like Kareem is, as opposed to just a scat back or power?
Yeah. Well, the running backs and how they work into these offenses today in the NFL, and talking about Kareem, the fact that you can take a big guy like that and that he can be a power and finesse runner and at the same time be a pass receiver is a real plus. You're seeing that throughout the league with some of Gurley, the things that he did, and these big kids that are out there and they kind of get both parts of the game. They can still protect for you. You don't have to move people in and out. So I think that's a plus, and that's one spot, like I mentioned earlier, that we probably got to do a better job increasing his role this year in the pass game, giving him a little bit more even than what he had last year, and that's just kind of the natural progression from first year to second year there. So.
Andy, what are your thoughts on the Browns hiring John Dorsey?
Yeah, so I think that's a great move by their ownership. They've got a lot of picks, high picks, and to have a veteran guy in there that is phenomenal talent evaluator coming in to be able to do that. I think it'll be great, and they've got good coaches there too. So I would look to see Cleveland really rise here, and John will do a great job with the draft.
Jimmy, you touched on this a little bit earlier, but what's John Gruden going to bring to the Raiders, and what's it going to be like going against this time of year?
Yeah, so I did. I talked about that. I think it's great for football, for the National Football League. I thought he was great in the booth, but this is kind of home now. So he's back here and doing what he loves to do, and that's important in your life to enjoy doing you want to go to work every day excited about what you're doing, and he'll do that. And that the fact that he's at the Raiders, I love that. I mean, we're in it because of the competition, and he'll deliver. And I thought Jack Del Rio did a heck of a job. I'm a big Jack Del Rio fan too. So these guys, it's not like they're not coming off of being coached well. So he's picking up good talent. They're going to be coached well, and it just makes the NFL even better.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks. Yep.